Thanks for tuning in. We are so glad you are here today. For some of you guys, I know that you are listening through the Facebook post, and I just want to give a quick announcement here that's kind of exciting. But there's other ways that you can listen to this podcast. None of them which we actually make any money. So if there's any ads before or after them, just know that that's not us. Anyways, so one, if you have an iPhone, which is like 90% of the world, there's the iPhone podcast app. They already have it on your phone. You can't get rid of it. It's whatever. Just go on there and search for Bible Belt Bros, subscribe, and there you go. Every podcast we have will show up right there. If you have an Android device, you can also check out, I guess if you wanted to check out Stitcher Radio, it's whatever. I'm not a huge fan of that app, but you can download the Podbean app and just listen straight to that. And with Podbean, you can also download Behind the Mic with Rick Hampton. He's on there as well. And then you can also check us out on Spotify. If you have the Spotify app, there's a podcast section now, and just search Bible Belt Bros. And just got an email today, Andrew, that the iHeartRadio people are now broadcasting Bible Belt Bros, and they're getting into the podcast world. So tons of different opportunities for you to listen. Choose which one's best for you. Again, we have no control of the ads and stuff there, which I think maybe Spotify and iHeart will play some ads there. But yeah, those are free and easy ways to continue listening to this podcast. So you could start it on Facebook, finish it on iHeartRadio, whatever you want to do. But today on the podcast, we have back our friend Johnny Williams. He is some sort of assistant to the assistant director of churching stuff at our church. I don't know. He's part of the music stuff. Welcome back, Jonathan. And as always, we usually have the guests provide the topic. So what did you have in mind today?
Andrew and I can start talking about guns and then just leave Dusty in the dirt.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I guess that makes sense since you do have an Instagram account, 2A_everyday, where you just post pictures of guns and knives every day with almost 2,000 followers. So go you.
Dusty, do you think AR-15 should be illegal?
And honestly, I have no idea what an AR-15 is. You know, like, I know because of all the memes I see that it's not an assault rifle or whatever they say.
No, yeah.
An
assault rifle would be a machine gun. Okay.
I've only shot a few guns in my life. I've shot a shotgun. That's pretty obvious. Like, that's what everybody shoots, is shotgun. I think I've shot one of his handguns, and I shot what was it?
Paintball gun.
No.
Stop looking at your crotch.
Well, my crotch is vibrating because somebody's
It's not going to get
me.
any bigger.
What was it? It's not a. I used to.
A BB gun?
No, it was in
The pellet
GoldenEye. It was one we did. A Rusty and Dusty Do Things.
Oh, you shot an AK-47.
AK-47. That's what it was. Those are the only 3 guns I've ever shot.
Yeah.
And I was terrible aim at the AK-47.
Yeah, you guys shot a printer or
Yeah.
a copier, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't do much shooting. Ever. It's kind of an expensive hobby.
It is, yeah.
Very.
Very expensive. Very expensive. But
Unless you reload,
yeah.
which I don't.
So what do you guys think on the gun laws? Like, as far as what they're trying to pass, the stricter...
Come for my guns, I dare you.
Well, I get that point.
Andrew's like, come and take it.
I mean,
please.
I'm not going to obey them.
It's not that.
So,
I don't think like. I mean, yeah. It's.
I just mean more of new people buying guns. Like, should the background check, whatever they're trying to pass. Is it more stricter background checks?
I don't. Honestly, I don't think they know what they're trying to pass. There's really not. I mean, in regards to like the school shootings and stuff, I think you put a metal detector in every school and you put a police officer at every school. You know, when's the last time you heard of like an inner city school shooting? I'm serious.
Yeah.
Never. That never happens. It's always like a suburban school. It's always a suburban school. It's never like a rural school or an inner city school. It's always a suburban school.
It's always, I never thought that kid would do it. Not, oh yeah, I knew that kid would do it for sure. Because those kids have metal detectors.
Yeah. Except for the Parkland kid. That I guess everybody thought that guy would do it, and even the FBI or whatever.
Even the FBI.
Talk about screwing the pooch, man. That was a.
Didn't they had an officer on site, but he ran the opposite way or something like that?
Yeah, I never really looked into the full story on that. There was some like county sheriff or something there, and he didn't go in the building or something. Yeah. I don't think any law is going to prevent school shootings. I think statistically, every school that does have some sort of police officer there, either there isn't even an attempt or it gets shut down very, very, very quickly. So
we all speed, and there isn't speeding laws. Laws aren't going to protect us.
Well, that's the drugs are illegal kind of thing. Like, you're not going to be able to control it.
All right.
Yeah.
Laws aren't going to protect us. We got to be proactive about it. Put an officer in a school. Have a metal detector.
Boom.
Be proactive.
Jonathan Williams for Congress.
Clear backpacks. Every kid gets a clear backpack.
Did you see that? Like, the Parkland students, like, they were fighting for their rights, and then they gave them clear backpacks, and they were like, that's a violation of our rights. And you're like, wait a minute. Do you know what you're trying to do?
That whole situation is very, very bad, because it's like, God, here you have these kids who went through this traumatic experience, right? It's gonna be, their lives are changed forever.
Right.
And then like a day later, they're all over the news, and then they've been ever since. Like, all these, it's like, have they even had a chance to like process what happened, you know? So that's messed up. And then I think a lot of people forget that they're like kids. And so, did you have everything figured out when you were 17, you know, or
of
16?
Course I did.
Yeah, except for Andrew did for sure, but
of course.
Everybody else. So I'm a little weary of that too, because I see a lot of people who I would say are like on my side, you know, or whatever, gun rights and stuff like that, like saying pretty bad things about those kids. And I'm like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, what they're saying is not well thought out, and it's not right. But it's like, they're kids. Like,
right. Yeah.
Do you expect them to? So it's all messed up.
Their frontal cortex has not fully developed yet.
Nope.
I had a youth pastor say, like, write down everything you know now as a student, because apparently when you grow up, you forget everything.
Yeah.
And that was like a good, like, maybe I don't have it all together.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of think that to me, most of the guns that they're getting are from somebody else. I mean, I know what's weird with all these school shootings is how a lot of times they have all these extra guns in the car and stuff. I'm like, why do they leave them?
And they're all legal guns.
Yeah. Yeah. And like they've stolen them from somewhere.
Usually
like
their parents.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think not all, but some people, they just don't want guns, period. They want nobody to have guns, you know, and that's their goal. And
you're never going to get rid of that. Like,
it would be very hard. I mean, with the amount of guns we have in this country, it'd be very hard, but it's happened in other countries. So it's like, you know.
In passive countries.
Yeah.
Like, we need guns just to protect ourselves from North Korea.
Or snakes.
Or snakes.
Yeah.
Dude, I had like a 3-foot plus snake in my backyard. And I called Andrew because I'm not messing with, I can't even. But Andrew came over, touched it. I don't know why he even touched it.
Because I was going to pull it out.
And then it started, like, it made a rattle noise. So we're like, oh, shoot.
Like, you touched it with your hand?
Yeah.
Yes.
I grabbed its tail.
I backed up. I thought he was just going to throw it at me. I was like, leaving.
Yeah, I'm not. I like pythons. Like, I like those kind of snakes. I don't know if I would just touch a snake that I found in my yard, though.
Especially when you haven't really identified it yet.
Yeah.
Like, we were just like, oh, that's cool. It's black and tan and green. Okay. I don't know what it is. Let's just touch it. But golly. So, yeah, I was hoping Andrew would come shoot it, but it was right by the house. And so I was like, don't shoot it. You're going to break the window.
It'll
or
be
something.
fine.
Like,
it'll be fine.
And then it just slithered away like the devil himself, and it's under our porch somewhere. So,
it's probably going to crawl. Do you have a crawl space in
No.
this house? No. Well, it's probably going to find a way in your house, I bet.
probably so. Snakes come from the ceiling or something.
It happens, you know.
Tired of all these mother
somehow
snakes.
they get on a plane. I mean,
Yeah.
they're going to be able to get in your house, you know.
Oh,
So.
man. Yeah, I just can't deal with it. But that's the time I wish I did have a gun.
There you go. Well, that's typically the way it works. People are against guns until they get in a situation where they're like, I wish I had a gun right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like God, everybody, no one believes in God until they're like on a plane that's like going through this like terrible storm and everybody's like clenching their, seats. And it's like, I bet they're praying, so.
They're praying to something,
Yep.
And
hoping something's there to save them. So.
I don't know if necessarily every teacher should have a gun in a classroom because I just feel like a teacher could be overthrown pretty easily.
I mean, I think if you're a teacher and you want to carry,
mm-hmm.
I think you should be able to. Maybe there should be some training that they need to go through.
There should for sure be training.
Yeah. But I still think the best way is have an officer at the school and have a metal detector. I mean, a metal detector alone isn't going to do anything. If somebody comes to a school with a gun intent on, shooting people, what does it matter if the metal detector goes off?
Right.
It's not going to do anything. There needs to be somebody there who can do something if that does happen, So officers got to have an officer at a school. So
the other side of it is all the education cuts, though. Then, I mean, how are you going to afford to have that kind of security?
That's just Oklahoma.
I think it's everywhere. There's other states that are doing the whole lobbying against their Congress stuff or whatever.
Kentucky, I think.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Arizona was doing it too.
But I mean, not every school, but I mean, I think a lot of the schools in Sand Springs have like school resource officers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I don't know how much it costs or how much it would. I don't know any of that, but it's like, do you want to solve the problem or not?
Well, that's where it's, I think, more of a heart issue than it is.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's culture,
a gun issue, which we're in Oklahoma, so that's what the belief is for most people in this area. But
yeah, well, I mean, I think even religion aside, I think it's just a culture thing. I mean, the fact is, you didn't see this, 50 years ago.
But some of it is like that now. A shooting of 3 people can happen in Kentucky, and I'm going to know about it. Like news travels so fast where we used to not know these things.
That is one part of it for sure. That is one part of it. But if you look at like the records and stuff, I mean, you didn't have, I mean, yeah, there may have been some, but not like it is now.
Right.
So a lot of people think it's, like prescription drugs, with a lot of these kids being on like Adderall and Ritalin and antidepressants. And I mean, that stuff can jack your mind up. And
to me, I'm like worried, like churches don't have that kind of, like our church kind of does. We have some people out for security reasons, but I'm surprised that there's not been more mass shootings at churches in general than.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is something you think about, especially being on staff at a church.
Because for me, like, I'm even thinking like the Al-Qaeda stuff or like, Muslim extremist kind of thing. Like churches are easy targets with the amount of people that they let in and that kind of thing. And there's no metal detectors. There's some security.
You'd be surprised how many churches don't have like
anything.
I mean, I would say the vast majority don't.
Well, especially we live like in a Bible Belt where you have a ton of churches that are less than 100 people, like in this area, and so they're not going to have the support, I guess.
I mean, you might have, Billy Bob's got a carry permit, and so he's got a blaster underneath his shirt, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot, as much as people think it does. If you know what you're talking about, like it doesn't really mean a whole lot, and to be honest, that could be a negative if you had a lot of people there, in your congregation who are carrying, that could turn out to be a bad deal. It's just things that people don't think about, and there was that story like a couple of years ago at a church in Texas. I think there was an active shooter situation, and a guy who was a part of the congregation had a carry permit and pulled his weapon and ended up shooting like a 9-year-old kid or something like that because he,
missed,
had tunnel vision and didn't know what was behind his target and missed. I think he missed or something. I think he ended up shooting. He shot the guy or something, but he had a flyer and it hit a kid and killed him. So, I mean, that happens all the time. And It's just stuff that people don't think about. So everybody has that, especially in America, everybody has that mindset of it'll never happen to me, you know, until it does.
God, guns, and what are those shirts? God, guns, and starts with a G.
Guts.
Guts.
God, guns, and grass.
It starts with a G?
Grass.
Yeah, it's a
It's
weed.
probably grass.
Oh, grass.
God, guns, and grass. We're voting on that soon, too.
Medical marijuana, yeah. See in the car in our parking lot.
Does he work at the...
I think he works at the food truck. Yeah, yeah. That's just funny.
Yeah.
Stacy, shout out to Stacy if you're listening. I don't know if she listened to your podcast or not, but she texted me the other day a picture of it and was like, "I'm guessing this is somebody from the food truck." Yeah,
It's there enough that,
Yeah.
it's somebody that works in that shopping center at least.
yep. Pretty funny.
Well, thanks, man, for being on the show. We'll have you on more often. We should. You're just right next door to where I work, so should happen more than it does.
Yep.
But thanks for being on the show, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, check out the other different opportunities for listening to this podcast, whether it be Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, and you guys all have a great week.